What is going on, guys? Welcome to Tech Savvy Buyers. So today what we're going to do is take a look at the BittBoy in great detail, but before we do that, let's hear a word from today's sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by scdkey.com. At scdkey.com, you can purchase authentic software as well as video games for a fraction of the price that you would in retail. Quit spending hundreds of dollars on buying a copy of Windows 10 off Amazon or Best Buy or other places when you can simply go to scdkey.com and pick it up for a fraction of the price. For less than $16, you can get an original authentic code for Windows 10 Pro and activate your license today. Purchasing this is super simple. All you have to do is make sure you have an account and signed in on scdkey.com, and make sure you go ahead and put my code TSB18 during checkout to save extra from the retail price. Once you've done that, go ahead and submit your order and you can follow through the payment method that suits you. Again, scdkey.com, awesome website to purchase original copies of Windows 10 Pro or Home and even Office software solutions as well. Make sure you go ahead and visit scdkey.com for all your software needs. So scdkey.com, guys, remember, always go there and check out if you want to get a new copy of Windows 10. It is definitely the best place to do that. But back to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive through all the different features of this. We'll do a quick unboxing. I'll show you guys the software, all the emulators that work, what doesn't work, and how it overall sounds and what it feels like and what my ultimate verdict is. Let's take a look at all that stuff coming up. Alright, let's jump into the unboxing. So just upon opening it, you get your actual Game Boy device tucked away in a nice little sleeve, as you guys can see here. Pulling it out, it looks pretty shiny, it looks good, doesn't seem to have any defects into it, and looks like a pretty snappy looking device altogether. Under the rest of the box items, you actually get a little pack full of different components. Inside this bag, you get a micro USB charging cable. You actually get a micro USB to a regular USB converter to plug into your computer, and you get a small 8GB micro SD card to use with the actual Game Boy. In addition to that, you'll also find a manual that tells you how to use the volume up and screen brightness settings, and that is pretty much it. Alright, so first things first, we got to put the micro SD card inside the slot on the Game Boy, and we'll just go ahead and power it up. See what we get up here. Okay, so you guys can probably already see, if you've seen some other videos of BittBoy, I have gone in and changed the skin around, and it's pretty easy. So you use the turbo buttons to navigate around the menu on the different icons on the left side here, and then obviously if you want to go up and down those, you just use the D-pad for that. But I can change the skin to, either a PS4 theme. You can change it to a PS Next theme. There's a bunch of themes that are on here. For the purpose of this video, I am going to just leave it at the default theme so everyone has the same menu that I'm looking at. But that's how you do that. And to exit any menu, just press start. Now, they called this the V3. It's actually the V2 with the newer software that allows you to play more emulators. This supposedly can run up to PS1 games, but guys, if you're in this video or watching this video to see how to load PS1 games on this or play PS1 games on this, I will tell you ahead of time that I'm not going to mess around with that. Out of the box, it's already broken. So the PS1 emulator out of the box does not work. When I press something, it just gives me another folder option in there. I haven't messed around with trying to get it to work, and the reason why is there is no shoulder buttons on this device whatsoever. So playing with just 4 buttons is not an ideal way to play a PlayStation 1 game at all, in my opinion. There may be a few titles that you can play like that, but you need the shoulder buttons at least. So don't waste your time bothering trying to get PS1 games run on this. So for BittBoy, guys, please don't advertise this as a PS1 emulator. This is not a PS1 emulator, guys. So now the games that do work and the stuff that does work on this, they work pretty well. And I would say getting the biggest negative of this was that the PS1 emulator doesn't work and they advertise that. But aside from that, I think this device is solid. So let's take a look at, let's run some games here. We've got the Super Nintendo emulator. We're going to go ahead and click that. And it comes preloaded with some games on here. I'm not even going to comment on how shady this is. The fact that they're including ROMs that you and I both know are illegal. They shouldn't have these on here unless you own these games, but let's ignore that fact and let's play a title. So let's pop on Donkey Kong Country 2. So it says on the bottom, press select and start to access the menu. And that's the volume, so it's nothing groundbreaking, but it's pretty decent. Now to change the volume, you gotta hold the select button and press A or B to bring it down. So I'm turning it down now. You can see it's practically no noise anymore. And now let's turn it back up. See? Same thing for the brightness. You use the turbo button. So this to turn the brightness down while holding select, and then this to turn the brightness back up. So let's go ahead and turn on this game. Just kind of get a sense of how it works on a tiny screen. Okay, so far everything is loading through fine. We're in Donkey Kong 2. Okay. Well, so it is definitely hard to play and record this at the same time. Trying to look through my camera screen here, but for the most part it's working pretty solid. I don't notice any lag, and the audio sounds kind of messed up. Oh, there it goes. Okay, she doesn't do that. Alright, so to exit, you press start and select, and it gives you some options here. So you can see you can actually save the game right away. So it does support saving without having, or using the in-game save menu. You can save this just like you would on an emulator on your PC. Alright, let's exit and let's try something else. So to exit, same thing, you're going to press the start and select button. And some emulators will require you to press the R button. It just really depends. So we'll... Oh god, I'm horrible with this, sorry. Alright, so let's back out of Super Nintendo. Let's try a Sega Master game. Okay, what do we have here? Who remembers Echo the Dolphin? Okay, audio is already better on this. Okay, so here we go. R is the button to access the menu when you're in Sega, but for the most part, it's okay. So you guys can see that the games do run pretty well on this. This is a solid device for arcade games, Super Nintendo, Sega, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, any of those titles that you guys have been looking to run on a portable device. It works great. The screen is fantastic on this. I really am digging the overall shape of this, being a typical retro kind of Game Boy look and aesthetics design that they got going on. It just seems to work well, and it's actually really small. So if you look at it in the size of my hand, it doesn't really take up a lot of space. So you can actually put this in your back pocket or your side pocket without it being uncomfortable. On the bottom of the device, you do have your headphone port, so if you don't want to share your audio with anyone, you can listen to it that way, although I don't think anyone would bother with that, frankly. And there's also the charging port for the battery. So speaking of charging, now the back comes with a rechargeable battery, and it's actually interesting what I want to show you guys here. Looks like a typical Nokia battery, but you're going to notice one thing that's pretty interesting on here. I'm going to try and zoom in and get a view of this, but it actually says that this battery is made for Game Boys. Game Boy Advance, there you go. See that? It says Game Boy Advance on it. So interesting. I don't know if this is an actual real Game Boy Advance battery, but the fact that it says that is pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and put this back in. So one thing I don't like is the screen is like a total fingerprint magnet. You barely touch this and it gets filthy. Not a huge deal breaker, but definitely something worth noticing. Now sometimes I noticed while playing this that the BittBoy does lag or hang up and freeze, and it usually freezes just when it starts to boot up. When you have this issue, just power it off, pull out the memory stick, and just pop it right back in. I don't know why that does that, but hey, BittBoy, if you guys are watching, this is an area that needs to be corrected. It should not be freezing like that. And see, now it works. That pretty much is what you get when you purchase this. For about $40 is what they're asking for this, with the amount of games you can include in it and the amount of games that are already included in it. I think it's definitely a solid investment. But yeah, that's pretty much what you get with this BittBoy. So folks, there you have it. For 40 bucks, this is a actually pretty nifty device. It has a ton of games that come preloaded in it as well, and of course you can always load your own games with the included micro SD card. Now I like the fact that they went to doing this versus the older ones used to have several hundred games built into it. So it's nice that they actually give you the micro SD card, that way that you don't have to be confined to the games that they come with, and you can actually put your own in there. Now I also like that they have an upgraded screen on the device. It's very nice, it's very crisp, it offers good resolution for obviously the small amount of games that are on here. Battery power on this device is pretty good as well. As long as you have a full charge, this can easily go up to a week of pretty aggressive playing on here. Although I haven't pushed this to the max where I can run the battery out, I haven't gotten a chance to play it that much, but but I haven't had any issues where the battery was dying or any issues like that. Overall build quality, again, solid, not any kind of issues there. It looks very nicely built. I mean, you guys can just take a look at the form factor and all. It's a pretty good replica of a Game Boy. So who should buy this? In my mind, there's really only two types of people that should actually buy a device like this, or two types of people that it's really meant for. Number one being the obvious, this is a good device as a gift for kids. As you guys saw the unboxing of it, it comes packaged really well. It looks premium. It does not scream, I'm a $40 little Game Boy. It actually screams that it's premiumly priced. Of course, it's not going to be like a Nintendo DS or Nintendo 3DS, but still, I would say that there's a lot of value just to be had in the fact that you can access some of the older school games that you couldn't on, you know, the latest Nintendo 3DS, for example, aside from Mario and whatnot. So I think this is great if you want to get it as a gift for someone that you care about. You want to show them that you're interested in their things that they're interested in, such as gaming devices, and overall, you wouldn't, be super upset if something happened to it if you drop it. It's just $40 at the end of the day. So it's a good little gift. It's a great gift. The second person that I think this is tuned up for is the actual casual gamer that likes to have a memorable experience, to have games in their pocket. That's like a blast from the past. Nowadays, with modern cell phones and smartphones, you can pretty much do everything that this guy can with your cell phone, but sometimes you don't have specific battery, or you're listening to music on it, or you're doing something different and you want to have a separate device for that. This is good for that. Would I drop $40 on this personally? Probably not, just because I'm not the type of person that plays this type of stuff on the go or when I'm traveling somewhere, but I could see how people want to use this. So definitely, guys, verdict is in. Again, this is a solid buy if you are looking to get this as a gift for someone, or if you want a memorable experience in your pocket as you travel. I give it a thumbs down for claiming that it has a PS1 games functionality when in fact it really doesn't run any PS1 games, and you don't have shoulder buttons to actually use, even if you were able to get them running on here. But other than that, guys, it's a solid buy. If you want to go ahead and purchase this, I have links in the description below where you can pick one up from their website, or you can even pick one up from AliExpress and a couple other places. I'll link as many as I can down below for you guys to go ahead and buy it. Now, if there's any other questions regarding this device, you can always reach out directly to BittBoy. I'll leave their contact information below as well. And you guys can also contact me in the comment section below and ask me questions. I always try to do the best that I can to field and let you guys know if everything is okay. But other than that, I appreciate you guys sticking through to the end. I will see you guys on my next video. It was fun doing this. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.